during the quick break we have and see if I can find the actual video to go along with the song, because a lot of times when I'm watching or listening to a anime opening or ending song, I try to visualize the actual opening and ending sequence that's happening in correlation with the song.
Oh yeah, and that was the entire opening that I found. I did get it off of YouTube. And hello to everybody over on YouTube. Welcome to Anime-Zing Radio. We have an awesome show tonight. Like I mentioned earlier, we are simulcasting on Blog Talk Radio and on our YouTube channel. If you want to check out the YouTube channel, find Anime-Zing Radio over on YouTube. We'd love to have you hit the like button for the video, subscribe. Ready to have a lot of fun tonight. We're only doing one commercial break this week. And that will happen as we bring the guests on. So the 8:25 break will be there. After that, we are not taking another break. We're going straight through till 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here, and I'm ready for the fun tonight. I don't know about you, Darren.
Most definitely. It's been a while since we've had a special dedicated to an entire show.
It has been, and you know I have drummed on about the Show by Rock series or franchise for a long time, going all the way back to the original with Plasmagica and Cyan and all of them. Of course, we've had many voice actors who have been a part of the franchise on the show in the past, so lots of good stuff going on, ready to have the fun tonight. We also say goodbye to Blog Talk. Tonight is our last show here on the Blog Talk Radio Network. We are parting ways with them, looking to pursue more growth over, hopefully on the YouTube side of things. We're going to be adding video, which we don't have the option to here. And, on to a new horizon. Sometimes you need to change things up when things feel like they're getting stagnant where you're at. So, no hard feelings with Blog Talk. Love the last 5.5 years that we've been a part of the Blog Talk Radio Network. Had a lot of amazing memories. Of course, Darren, you've been along for quite a bit of that, too.
Going on a little over 2 years, I think. And then also just being a listener, even though I will admit it was a little annoying switching to Blog Talk in the beginning because you had to actually register an account with them versus the original platform on AZR. You could sign as a guest and interact more freely, I think.
Oh yeah, and a lot of fun. A lot of fun times. We've had amazing guests. So many awesome people have been a part of our family here on the Blog Talk Radio Network. Starting way back, our first show, we had Morgan Berry. Our last show, we're going to have 5 amazing guests, including Megan Shipman, who is the AZR director for Show By Rock Mashumairesh, the English dub. We also have, for the first time ever, and could be the only time, you never know what's going to happen. Sometimes it's so difficult to get a lot of voice actors in one area, but this possibly could be the only time you will ever hear Emi Lo, Giovannie Cruz, Lindsay Sheppard, and Macy Ann Johnson all together. That is the entire band of Mashumairesh. That is Delman, Himiko, Hawan, and of course Ryuyu. And if you follow me on Facebook, I have been annoying you all week with photos of the band. Just because, the songs are amazing. Like I've mentioned before, if you like music anime, this is not Love Live. This is not K-On! It is not Zombieland Saga. This is a show about the power of music and the power of friendship. It's just all styles of music. The songs are all fantastic in English and in Japanese. I actually, because I wanted to find the soundtracks for the Show by Rock franchise, I did get a Spotify account to get all that stuff. And I have been listening to it while playing games and things like that. I love the music from this series.
Dedication.
Oh, yeah. Now, I had a fun little thing that happened today. I made a little Facebook post about it. But when you're anime shirt, and it's when you're non-mainstream anime shirt. And I have to say that because I'm wearing a shirt from an anime from 10 years ago that, I found it on Netflix. Many people probably found it there. It's also a Funimation title, but it's not one that is known by everybody. It's not a My Hero Academia shirt. It's not, SAO. It is my Mocha from Rosario Vampire shirt. I'm wearing that at Walmart today, and a girl looks at me and goes, "Oh my God, I love your shirt." And she's on the phone with a friend of hers, and she goes, "Oh my God, you won't believe this. There's somebody here wearing a Mocha from Rosario Vampire shirt. I've never seen that before. This is epic." And my wife and I look at each other and go, "I think we just made her day."
I have to say, maybe I should start wearing more anime shirts in public and see what kind of attention I can grab.
I'll tell you what, Darren. When most of the, I made the joke before about growing up, I wore a lot of sports shirts. Especially growing up in the Boston area, I had a lot of Red Sox, T-shirts and stuff that were Red Sox, Patriots, things of that nature. Colorado Avalanche stuff, including like the hat I'm wearing now because I need to get some new hats made for the radio show and everything. And it was really, really funny because as I got older, and especially after doing the radio show, subscribing to some of these anime loot box things that are out there, all the different crates and stuff that you can get, and getting a lot of anime shirts. It's pretty much what I wear now. Is I wear a lot of anime shirts out, and I'm always getting compliments. Everything from Pokemon to Inuyasha to today with Rosario Vampire. It draws attention, and people are like, "Oh my God, I like your shirt." So it's kind of neat. You draw the other anime fans out who otherwise might stay quiet.
Well, I'll say this. A lot of times coming into work, I'll see people with Naruto or Dragon Ball shirts on, and I also see a lot of My Hero Academia shirts, who I always have to pull them to the side and tell them watch better anime, but... yes, that would be one. But I always love interacting with customers that have some form of anime on their shirt, and there's actually a couple that come through the drive-thru that have anime on their cars. Not full-blown Itashas, but have little stickers here and there. I believe one guy has a Killua from Hunter x Hunter on his back window. I've seen a guy come through with a Dakimakura in the passenger seat.
That must have made your day.
Oh, that definitely did make my day, but it felt weird. But I kind of regret talking to him about it because there was two, what looked to be maybe his mom and maybe his aunt, or two just older ladies in the car with him at the time that I happened to see him. And I felt like I was making the atmosphere weird by even mentioning it. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, they know this is here, so what's the big deal? But at the same time, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Kind of like the little news article I sent you earlier about a cafe in Japan where you can bring your anime waifu. Anything from a plushie to a figure to whatever the case may be. You can bring your favorite anime character out to lunch with you, and they will serve them a little plastic replica of the exact same thing that you order.
I will bring my Hotaru plushie with me and have her on my shoulder.
You mean you wouldn't bring your Rias Dakimakura to sit in the seat across from you?
I mean, I could, but the one I have that's the full-size version isn't exactly SFW. But then again, at this type of cafe, it would probably be expected.
You never know. It goes to show they really have like cafes and stuff out there for everybody. Japan is amazing with some of the stuff that they are experimental with. They try a lot of stuff I think a lot of people in the U.S. would be afraid to try.
And it's extremely ironic considering their mannerisms.
Oh yeah.
But I guess going against the normal is their kind of thing. I don't know.
And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that, and that's probably why we keep seeing more weirder and weirder animes coming out. Now, speaking of weirder and weirder animes, I know you said that we were talking a little bit before the show, and the only anime episode you've been able to keep up with was Dragon Maid, because your jobs have kept you hustling all week with little sleep.
Pretty much. And also fighting my old laptop because I need it for business work, and the thing not wanting to work. And then all of a sudden I try it now and it magically works.
That thing is possessed.
Pretty much. I'm just glad I was able to get a full backup of it the other day.
Now I've got to ask, talking about Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, Kana's little friend there, is it just me, or is she getting creepier and creepier?
She really is. Even Ilulu picked up on that when she was talking to her.
And it's like you're a kid. You're not supposed to be like going all out yaoi or all out Yuri as a little kid. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. But that whole show was practically Yuri.
Pretty much.
Except when Ilulu did what she did to Kobayashi.
Yeah, that was interesting. That was definitely unexpected. And Ilulu, she just doesn't like. I know it's anime logic, but my God, the proportions are not right on that.
Well, it reminds me of Aiken. It really does, because I haven't seen proportions like that in a while.
And for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, for proportions on Ilulu, Ilulu is a new dragon that has appeared in Season 2 of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. She's about the same height as Kana, but a chest size that might be bigger than Luca's. And it makes me wonder how she stands up and doesn't, fall forward.
And in the show it said that she's actually using magic to contain her size. If she didn't, she'd be even bigger.
And it's just absolutely crazy. Oh. Mario in the chat says, that was something. Elkin was something.
Aiken?
Yeah, that's EI. I'm sorry. I read it as EL.
It was 2 OVA episodes, and it was one of my most hated animes of all time, but after looking at the manga, I saw how cute it actually was intended to be, because the girls in that series, their proportions make absolutely zero sense, and if I'm not mistaken, the mom of the main character actually has one of the largest recorded bust sizes in anime and manga history.
Enter Ilua. I'm gonna come in and challenge your size. Gotta love anime. Good God.
And Luca during the last episode was just, I don't know. She seems like the overbearing mother type to anyone but Shota.
She actually seemed kind of responsible in this episode, which seemed very off for her. It was kind of weird to see.
Most definitely. Considering how aloof she normally is and doesn't mind doing things that would appear to be inappropriate, even though she views them as normal.
Oh, yeah.
And also, speaking of this, I forgot about this. Maid Dragon was actually at the center of controversy here a couple of years ago after a mother basically saw the manga in her daughter's book bag, and apparently it was available in the middle school library for checkout. And apparently one of the scenes in the volume she had involved Toru flashing herself at Kobayashi.
You can understand that, because middle school age, you're looking probably, what, like 10 to 15-year-olds? 10 to 16-year-olds,
Yeah.
very impressionable age for kids of all ages. So I can understand that as a parent myself.
Mm-hmm. I mean, probably should have waited till high school. I mean, because if I'm not mistaken, the material's rated PG-13 or TV-14. So maybe keep it out of the middle school, but put it in the high school. I mean, there's worse stuff out there.
Oh, there is. I mean, it's not like they had interspecies reviewers in there.
If that makes it into a school system, I'm going to visit that school system and give them a high five.
Oh, come on. That would be your school system. The entire library would be all the mangas. All right,
Pretty
class.
much.
Your homework today is to read volume 1 through 3 of this show and write a full report on what you thought.
How about this? Your homework is to watch Cells at Work and compile a report on the human body. And actually, that would pass as a legitimate assignment.
Yeah? And once again, we want to welcome everybody who's tuning in tonight through Blog Talk Radio and over on our YouTube channel. We are just minutes away from bringing on all of our amazing guests. Like I said, tonight is our Mashumairesh special from Show By Rock. We are going to be welcoming, for the first time ever, Lindsay Sheppard, Megan Shipman, Emi Lo, Macy Ann Johnson, and Giovannie Cruz to the show, which means we have all 4 girls from the band Mashumairesh and the AZR director. Of course, if you have seen the dub and you listened to our show when we had Megan Shipman on the show, and I will be honest, I went back and Wednesday night I watched 3 episodes. Friday night I watched 9. So I rewatched the entire series. And after our chat with Megan, just hearing what she had done for setting everything up, how she organized the bands and the music and stuff in that, it made me enjoy the series 10 times more than I did the first time through, because I had a better understanding of what went on behind the scenes. And it gave me a better understanding of why the music sounded like it did. And I'm not saying anything sounded bad. I mean, Yell and Response is my favorite song in the franchise that has been English dubbed so far. There might be one in Show By Rock Stars that might be up there as well. It's definitely in top 3. Right up there with Have a Nice Music and Yell and Response. But, you know, we're having so much fun watching the series, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, this month we've had Megan Shipman on the show, and of course a big thank you last week to Lindsay Sheppard, who joined us. I also want to take a moment to thank Douglas Shute and the Victory Condition Gaming Cast. This past Monday I was a guest on their show. We talked about anime board games, a lot of anime topics. Of course, I had to throw out shows like High School DxD and Ghost Stories on the podcast, so we're throwing some love out to some classic animes out there.
I'm proud of you.
I also, knowing that they are a gaming, like tabletop gaming style podcast, of course I had to throw out After School Dice Club, which I don't think you saw, but that is an anime about kids who basically become friends, after school playing tabletop gaming. And also on how to do things like that. And then also I threw out New Game, because those are 2 absolutely amazing anime when you want to see behind the scenes of stuff. So, big thank you to them for everything. It was a lot of fun.
Did you also throw out No Game, No Life, and even A Sister's All You Need? Because even though A Sister's All You Need was mostly about light novels, they did play a lot of interesting games throughout the series.
I did not throw those names out there, partially because I forgot about those. Not so much that I forgot about them, but in the spur of the moment, like you know, Darren, you've been in the hot seat as being a guest. And when you get asked questions, you think about an answer. And after it's all said and done, the hour and a half, 2 hours is up. shows ended, and then you're like, man, I should have said this, or I should have talked about that, or then you go back and remember things. But when you're on the spot, and this is the first time in probably over 2 years that I did not host a show. It's weird when you sit on the other side of the microphone when you're in the guest seat.
I was about to say, you sat on the side of the co-host seat here a couple months ago when we had my friend on.
I did. That was interesting. And I stayed awake for the whole show.
Yeah, unlike myself.
We do have to go to our bottom of the hour break, but when we come back, we are going to be joined by the cast of Show By Rock Mashumairesh, and that includes Giovannie Cruz, Emi Lo, Lindsay Sheppard, Macy Ann Johnson, and Megan Shipman. This is going to be a chaotic but awesome show. Like I said, this is probably the only time, it's definitely the first time they have ever gotten together to talk about this show. It might be the only time that they're all together to talk about it in one location. So you're definitely in for a treat. Like I said, this is our only commercial break, so I apologize if it's a little bit longer. If you're listening on the YouTube side, I do have to mute the mics due to the fact that we play some music during the commercial break, and with YouTube copyrights and stuff, I can't play it over there without having the shows muted or getting red flagged. So please be understanding of that on the YouTube side of things, but stay tuned for more anime